Local programming on KRWG made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, welcome to Fronteras, A Changing America. I'm Mónica Ortiz Uribe. Ciudad Juárez, across the border from El Paso, is making a comeback. While drug violence has not entirely disappeared from the city, its intensity has diminished significantly in the last 2 years. As a result, the city is making a big effort to invite back American tourists. Downtown is getting a major renovation, new businesses are popping up, and there's a growing arts scene. My two guests today are part of a community effort to promote the positive side of Juárez. With me today are Laura Turon and Alejandro Morales. Their organization is called Amor por Juárez. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is Amor por Juárez and what do the two of you do in the organization? You can start with Laura.
Amor por Juárez is a nonprofit organization based in Ciudad Juárez, and we focus on expanding and developing the arts and culture within the region. We're also in partnership with the El Paso Community Foundation here in El Paso, who is our fiscal sponsor. So we can also participate in projects in El Paso and Las Cruces and the whole region.
Oh, and what do you do as part?
I'm the executive director of Amor por Juárez.
And how long have you been a part of the organization?
I've been part of the organization for 2 years now, but I started this year as the executive director.
Great. And Alejandro, what do you do?
I'm the curator of the gallery Amor por Juárez has. It's called Juarez Contemporary, and it's a new space. It opened in December last year. So I'm there like a full-time curator.
A full-time curator. Yeah. And this is a gallery that's located in Juárez?
Yes, it's the first of its kind.
Oh, okay. Tell me, how is it the first of its kind? What's special about it?
The space is like really professional, like any other gallery in New York or London or anywhere. So it's like a really good space for showing art.
And Juárez doesn't already have a gallery like this?
No. Most of the galleries in Juárez are like a pop-up galleries showing in houses or coffees or shops. So this is like the first
permanent
gallery, yeah.
Ah, okay. And so what kind of art do you showcase at this gallery?
Well, because we are from Amor por Juárez, we aim to show local artists or the region artists, but also we are trying to bring some international artists to Juárez so people can meet them and see that they are in the same level of doing art. So yeah.
Do you have an exhibition going on right now?
Yeah, this is the third exhibition. It's from Ricardo Chavarria. He's from El Paso, and he's showing a series of paintings he has been working on for the last 6 years. So this is the recent paintings. He's showing 7 paintings already, and it starts 2 weeks ago, the exhibition.
And what kind of art does he make?
He's doing painting, and he's showing some kind of mandalas or ¿cómo se puede decir?
Mandalas.
What is mandalas?
Mandalas, you know.
Okay.
And it's related to the space and the constellations, meditation. So it's really cool.
And what is the response been?
Ha gustado mucho.
We've had a really good response. People like it a lot. They're asking questions about the process that he has when making it, because it's a really intricate process.
It's mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing.
Yeah. Oh, how was? And so you had an opening reception, I understand, for this exhibit. How was that attended, and who showed up?
Well, what I like most of the gallery is that I've been working in art for the last 6 years, and with this space, I'm seeing different faces all the time. So that's a good sign, because we are opening to more public. I don't know, public that is not related to art, or I don't know. So that's a good good sign of the gallery, because we are trying to get to more people. So they
And
like
do you
it a
have
lot.
people from both sides of the border that show up?
Yeah, both sides of the border, and we actually have visits from other places like Chihuahua, or we had visits from New York, Las Cruces, New Mexico.
So there are still people here in Las Cruces and in El Paso that are still hesitant and maybe haven't gone to Juarez in a number of years. What would you tell them? Is it safe to go back?
Yeah, sure.
It's definitely safe. I go over there. I live in El Paso and I cross often. And also the gallery is 15 minutes from the Free Bridge, so it's pretty close. And
Which is the Bridge of the Americas,
Yeah.
right?
American
Okay.
Bridge.
Uh-huh.
And I live in Juarez, and it's normal to live there. There's no like insecure, nothing. I'm not afraid of living there, so people should go there and visit the gallery. Yeah, it's really cool.
So what can you describe the art scene in Juarez? I understand there's a pretty healthy community of artists that are doing all sorts of things in the city.
Well, there's a lot of artists, but they don't have the space to show their art, so we are trying to give them the space, and now they are showing and getting to know for the community. So the first two exhibitions we had in the gallery were from collectives from Ciudad Juárez and a photographer that hadn't showed their never. It was the first time he showed his work in Juarez. So there's a strong community of art, but they need the space to show their art.
So what other projects does Amor por Juarez do in addition to this gallery in Ciudad Juárez?
we also have an after-school program in a school from a vulnerable area in Ciudad Juárez. We provide a series of workshops to children, 100 children, Monday through Friday, and we also provide them with full meals. And that one's called ADN, and it stands for Ampliando el Desarrollo del Niño, which is expanding the children's development.
Mm-hmm.
And we give them a series of workshops from science, art, dance. So we try to incorporate art and also help them with their homework and things like that. And also we implement the health aspect of it. We give them physical activity workshops and stuff like that.
And so who does the teaching?
We have our instructors in Juarez, and we also have our project coordinator who is mainly in there in the school every day, making sure the children get their full meals and that they get help with their homework and participate in the workshops.
Wow!
Mm-hmm.
And are they having? Are you showing some success as part of with those programs?
Definitely, yes. This project, we partnered up. We work with FECHAC, and they implement that program with different nonprofit organizations in Juárez.
Who are they, FECHAC?
FECHAC is the Fundación del Empresariado Chihuahuense. It's a foundation in Juárez that they get funds from different organizations. One of them is the Project Paz, which we kind of participated, Amor por Juárez participated with Project Paz when they started. So we served as the seed sponsor to start with that project. And we had an art auction in New York. And from there, they jumpstart their own project, and then they raise funds yearly to donate to FECHAC, and FECHAC creates programs like that. So we also try to implement the programs.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And so when you drive around town in El Paso, sometimes in New Mexico, you see stickers that say Amor por Juárez. Is that how is that a part of the organization and what you do?
Well, the organization started as an awareness campaign to promote peace in Ciudad Juárez, and later on developed into an organization that it focuses on the development of art. So, and it was an awareness campaign, and it turned into a nonprofit. So there was this transition in there, and right now all our efforts are into promoting the arts and culture.
So those stickers
Yeah.
were some of the beginnings of the organization as a
Yes.
means of like unifying people, like saying, was it like, it's almost like an emblem, like I stand for.
Yes.
for
Also,
Juarez.
it relates to street art, urban art. You know, stickers. I don't know if you've seen decals. We also support a lot of the muralism and spray can art. Well, so we try to implement and participate in the development of that aspect.
Oh, okay. Well,
of
and you have a mural project that's ongoing, is that correct? Can you tell me about that?
Well, in Juarez, outside of the gallery, we have a mural from El Mac. He's an artist from Los Angeles. So he did this mural in December for the opening, and it's a girl showing their hands like this.
Oh, okay, okay. I think we've got a picture
Yeah,
of this.
you have a picture
mural.
of it.
Okay, okay.
And so the history of this mural is El Mac took some photos of a caravan made in Juarez and El Paso.
Okay, yeah. Here's the photo.
The
Okay,
caravan
this is so. Where is this mural?
This is outside of the gallery in Juarez.
In Juarez,
Yeah,
okay.
in Juarez.
And so, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, so her name is Diana, and El Mac took some photos in a caravan, and one of the photos was her, and the history of her is that she lost her mother by kidnapping, and El Mac tried to commemorate and make ¿cómo se dice?
You can say it in Spanish,
Yeah.
and we'll translate.
Honrar.
You wanted to like an
Yeah,
honor,
yeah,
okay?
to honor
Uh-huh.
those people that they need a place to speak, and so El Mac did it with a mural, and there's another one in El Paso too.
There's another mural in El Paso.
Yeah, it's
where? Tell me about that one. Where is it?
It's in Mills Street.
Mills in downtown.
In
the center,
downtown
El
El
Paso.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So you have the picture of the.
Well, yeah, we might. I
Yeah?
think so. Yeah. So
So-
tell me about that one.
The one in El Paso is a worker. His name is Melchor,
Okay, here we go.
and he lost his son too, and he was disappeared.
The son was disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
and the name of the mural is Unidos Sin Fronteras.
United without borders.
Yeah, and the other one is called Juarense y Poderosa, Juarense and Powerful.
It looks like a huge mural.
Yeah, it's really huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on the side of a building.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's black and white.
Yes, and Mac was trying to unify the borders, and I think this is an excellent way. We also try to focus on unifying Juarez, El Paso, because we think it's an important aspect of our identity in the border. So in projects like this is a perfect example in how we're trying to get involved in the development and art within the region. So.
And so during the peak of the violence, a lot of people from Juarez moved over to El Paso.
Yeah.
Is that still the case? Have people stayed in El Paso? Are they moving back to Juarez? And how does that impact your efforts to organize across the two cities?
Well, for example, with the exhibitions, Amor por Juarez is trying to bring people to the openings, and people that didn't cross for over 5 years to Juarez. So we are trying to bring them back and to show them that it's different, and we are showing art, and it's okay to be there. I don't know.
Is it a challenge? Do you find it's a challenge to encourage people to come back?
Yeah.
What sorts of
Well, it is a challenge because people have that idea that Juarez is dangerous, and what we try to do is promote the good side of Juarez, through the gallery, and it's safe. they don't need to worry anymore. People that, like you said earlier or asked earlier, people that moved to El Paso from Juarez because they were scared for living there, like most of them, like they go back, they're back. They moved to El Paso, but they feel safe in Juarez. They're not afraid to live in Juarez anymore. Mm-hmm. So yeah, one of the challenges is just trying to get away from that stigma that Juarez has.
So if people were to go over to Juarez and make a day of it, what are some recommendations in addition to going to see the gallery? What else can people do?
I don't know. I live there.
Yeah, what do you do on it?
I work all the day. But they are fixing, remodeling the downtown, and they have a lot of murals are going on in Juarez. So they recently made one from Juan Gabriel.
Juan Gabriel, tell us who Juan Gabriel is.
It's a singer from Michoacán, but live a lot in Juarez. So he's like a icon of Juarez. Mm-hmm. So they made a huge mural of him in the Juarez Street.
Yeah, which is just across the border from El Paso Street on the El Paso side.
Yeah,
right?
in the Santa Fe Bridge.
The Santa Fe Bridge,
and there's a lot of murals in the Zona Pronaf. There's a space where there's the Museum of Art. So. And
this is across from the Americas Bridge. So this is the area around there. And are those murals part of Amor por Juarez, or are they something separate?
Well, one of the collective of artists that participated with Amor por Juarez and that we have sponsored and helped develop their career called Jellyfish, the artists that also participating in the opening of the gallery implemented a mural project. I don't know if you want to tell them more about it.
So yeah, Jellyfish did this project. They worked for it like 2 years and finally got the money for it. And they invite like 8 artists from around the world: Argentina, Spain. I don't remember where else, but they paint really big murals and beautiful murals.
These are the ones that are in the Zona Pronaf, across from the Bridge of the Americas. Yeah.
So they have been working a lot with the community, and they were the first one exhibiting in Juarez Contemporary.
In your space. Yeah.
And they have participated in most of our events. We have a yearly auction at the end of the year, normally in November, the Amor por Juarez art auction. And in this auction, we support local art. So we auction art pieces from local artists from El Paso and Juarez. And Jellyfish has participated every year, like with an art piece. And then we also have the auction, and the artist gets most of the profit if the art piece sells. So it's supporting the economic growth of art. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what other kind of funding sources do you have to keep the organization going?
Mainly it's our auction, and we apply to grants and private donors too. Mm-hmm.
And are some of your donors in the El Paso Juarez area?
Yes, most of our donors are in the El Paso Juarez area. It's from Mexican companies and also like grants from FECHAC, the Fundación del Empresariado Chihuahuense, and we also have the support from the El Paso Community Foundation, which help us with our annual auction, and we try to implement fundraising, things like that.
So when is your next auction?
Well, we're planning it for November. We don't have the exact date yet. We're still working on it, but we're trying to make it really special because it's our 5th auction. So we're gonna celebrate that it's 5 years.
5 years. And so people just from in and around the two cities come to the auction, look at the art, and if they're interested in a piece, make a bid for it.
That's right.
Oh,
They make a bid, and it's a great opportunity for local artists to expose their work, to get exposure and to have the opportunity to sell, because sometimes we run into the problem of artists not having like he was saying, a space to show or sell their art. So we help them with their career.
And how do you do outreach? How do you get to artists, and how do artists get to you?
For the auction?
For the auction or for the exhibit, or just
Well, as I said, I've been working in art for the last 6 years in Juarez, so I know a lot of artists there. So people spread the word of the space, they come to visit, or we make open calls too for the auction, for example, or invitations. So, yeah.
So you're already plugged into the arts community in Juarez.
I would like to think so.
Okay, and in addition, you reach out to other artists. I mean, you said you had one, El Mac is from California.
Yeah, but El Mac lived in El Paso, Juarez area.
He actually lived here in Los Cruces
Yeah.
for a period of time.
Yeah.
So that's how he started getting involved in the border concept of. Yeah, he went to Juárez and to El Paso, but he lived here in Los Cruces for a little bit.
Oh, I see. But right now he's in
Yeah.
California. Okay, yeah. So he came. That's how he wanted to come and participate.
We invited him to participate, and then he told us that he had been planning that project for a while, that he had been thinking about it. So it just, everything was like a perfect opportunity. He donated the mural from El Paso, and he really wanted to participate in this. It was really important to him because of his history.
And so, how many pieces of art have you had on average at this annual auction?
We normally have, well, this last auction we had 99, almost 100, and with about 45 to 50 artists participating. And we opened the call and we invited, and we also invite the artists that have participated previously with us. We try to expose them the most we can and everything. So yeah.
And Alejandro, what is your background? Where in art, and where did you study in Juarez or something?
Yeah, I study in Juarez. I studied critics of art, and I've been taking diplomados. How is it? Diplomado.
I'm not sure.
Diplomado.
Certificates?
Okay, like
Yeah.
a bachelor's? You got a bachelor's?
Like a
Okay.
certificate.
I have a bachelor in
Uh-huh.
critics and theory of arts
Okay.
from Juarez, but I've been taking courses like from other spaces. I lived in Chile for a year, and I was in the school there studying history of art, and I've been working as a producer too for other artists from Mexico DF mostly, and working with artists in Juarez too. Yeah.
And how does is art important? How is art has art been like something helpful to the artists in Juarez as they come out of the violence, or as they were in the midst of the violence? How did art play a role?
Well, I think art is important because it's a way to speak yourself, and it's a way to make awareness of the context you're living. So most of the art we are showing tries to aware people what they are living, their context. So it's critical art.
So what sorts of things do you see? What sorts of depictions are in the art that your artists have?
Well, they talk a lot of about temas recientes.
Current issues.
Current
Okay.
issues, like, well, I don't want to speak about it, like current issues. But they don't necessarily show them like directly. They use metaphors or other ways to see that issues.
So if someone from Las Cruces or El Paso wanted to get a sense of the artwork that's going on in Juarez, there's the option to go to the gallery. Are there other places that this art is displayed?
Right now, it's only on the gallery, but we are working on our website too. So maybe in the next 2 months, we are going to have the website ready, so they can see the art that is showing in the gallery.
And are there any other upcoming events that Amor por Juarez is doing?
Well, we have the next event is going to be in end of June. We have an artist from El Paso. His name is Sik Peña, I don't know the pronunciation. Sik Peña. So he's going to show a series of works he has been working that has to do with the border and with the immigrants that are trying to cross the desert.
I see.
So he's going to work with that.
And sorry, he's having an exhibition where?
And Juarez Contemporary.
In Juarez.
But
So
he's also participating in the Neon Desert Festival.
which is it's a music festival
Yeah,
in
in El Paso. He's gonna be live painting there, and he has some works in LA right now, so he's moving around.
Okay, so that's the next exhibit.
That's the next exhibition.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything else anything else we should know or that's upcoming before we gotta go?
Well, we would like to say that we welcome artists from Las Cruces to contact us and reach out so we can help them expose their work.
What's the website?
It's www.amorporjuarez.com.
Very good. Well, thank you to you both for coming today. This has been Fronteras, A Changing America. I'm Mónica Ortiz Uribe.